guys are doing good today. I think it's 11/11. I was coming on around 11/11, so hopefully good things are happening for you earth signs. Today's reading is going to be about all earth, kind of a collective reading. And in case you didn't know, all the earth signs are going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So this reading is going to be a collective, just with the earth signs in general, what's happening with them. And then we're going to move into the individual signs separately in the extended version. If you guys are interested in the extended version with the individual Taurus and the individual Virgo and the individual Capricorn, you can go to www.jks1111.com and you can go to, I believe it's memberships, okay? And you can do a monthly subscription, okay? And you'll be a part of the JKS family. So I hope I see you on the other side, guys. It would be awesome. And let's go ahead and get into this reading. A lot of emotions were coming over me with the earth signs. A lot of tears, forgiveness, understanding, and believe it or not, patience. And that's why I titled your reading Patience, my patient earth signs. As you guys know, Pentacles in the tarot represent earth. So every time you're in tarot, all the pentacles are earth related. And the pentacles represent more than just money. They represent skill. They represent long periods of time. Years is what they technically represent in the tarot. Things that take years. But it also just is time consuming. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of thought, a lot of skill, a lot of focus, correct? So pentacles mean more than money. And it's also a lifetime. Things that take great years in your life to achieve, okay? These things are great achievements. It's no easy thing to have a pentacle. It's no easy thing for earth. And earth people, you guys acquire and you have a lot of materialistic abundance most of the time. The only earth sign I really saw have a struggle occasionally is Virgo, to be honest. It would be Virgo because you are one of the Dashdana houses. You are one of the difficult houses. Your sign rules the 6th house, the house of worry, the house of sorrow, the house of difficulties, the house of enemies, the house of, struggle. So yeah, it's natural that Virgos tend to have a little bit more of a difficult time achieving wealth. And 9 times out of 10 Virgo placements do a 9 to 5. They're usually in a field, career-wise, in things of service. So serving people, be it customer service, be it restaurant work, be it whatever other skill, they're in service of others. So that's where Virgos generally find themselves. Capricorns generally find themselves in business ownership. It's just what comes along with their karma because their 10th house rulership. And it's about fame. It's about career. It's about success. And it does represent that midhaven, purpose. So a lot of Capricorns tend to find their purpose and they go with it and they make something out of it. They make a big deal out of it. So they're generally successful, even on a small scale. They're generally successful. And Taurus people are actually kind of frugal. Well, I don't know. You'll either find one of the two. A, they're extremely famous and successful and wealthy, and you know it. That's like an extreme. Or they're on the other end. They're very frugal. And they live on mediocre means? Medium means. Taurus people are excellent at saving money. And Taurus people are generally responsible with their lifestyle, their bills, their home. They're very good providers. They are a rock. And they generally tend to have a job for a very long time. Like the same position or in the same business for a very long time. So Taurus people can be business owners, but they can also work somewhere for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. They can work somewhere for a very dedicated amount of time. But that kind of falls in line with most of the earth signs. The earth signs generally can stick to a career placement for quite a while. So anyways, we're going to be getting into this. I don't know if it's going to be about love, career, spiritual. We'll just see what comes up for you guys. But like I said, right now I think a lot of emotions are coming up for the earth signs. What's happening with you guys? And like I said earlier, patience and forgiveness really came over me when I was picking up on the earth signs. If you're not sure about your earth placements, please check your Vedic sidereal astrology. And a good place to go that is from Ernest Whelm's website. And you can Google it and you can go Vault of the Heavens, Lahiri Ayanamsha. AYA for Ayanamsha, okay? You have to have Lahiri Ayanamsha, otherwise you're going to get some weird placements. Also, there's going to be an option, North Indian chart or South Indian chart. I find it a lot easier to read the North Indian. If you want to read the South Indian, that's fine, but it's kind of backwards for me. I just seem to have a much better time reading the North Indian chart. So if you have to choose one, choose the North Indian, okay? But you can choose whatever you want. But check your Vedic placements and your lovers or whoever you're looking into's placements. And check your sun, your moon, and your rising, which is your ascendant. Check those signs. That's going to talk about your earth placements. And by all means, look at your chart. See if there's any planets in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. See what you have in there, okay? And then just see how this relates. All right. If it relates on a moon level, it's going to be your mental state. It's going to be your mentality, your beliefs, your thoughts, your speech. It's also going to talk about your feelings. So moon is about all of those things. The way you see things, the way you articulate things, and the way you feel things. So the moon is usually most important at a center level for a human. I think it's their basis, personality. But you can also look at the sun, which is your outer personality, the one everyone sees, the one that's broadcast a little bit more publicly. And so that's kind of where you strive to be, or in a nutshell, what kind of represents you. But then you have the rising ascendant, which is actually how the world sees you. So you might see yourself in a whole different light, but the world sees you in this light. That's your rising sign. See how people see you. See if that resonates with you. So check those out, guys. And don't forget, ladies, check your Jupiter, which is going to be your husband or father of children. Okay? See if that's in an earth sign. And for everyone, go ahead and check your Venus, which talks about love and relationships. Love and relationships, but not forget, Venus also represents your wealth. All right, so you might want to look at Venus from that perspective as well. Okay, Spirit, please guide and direct me for the earth signs. What do you see happening? All right, earth signs. Let's see what's going on with you. Well, one fell, so there you go. Have no clue what it is, but there it is. Let's see what else is going. Someone said, oh, I have a Pisces Venus. So that means you're very attractive, extremely attractive. It also means you lose a lot of lovers. You have a lot of loves lost. And as far as financials go, you might get wealth easily and then it goes away somehow through investments, family, or some form of loss. But there's a lot of beauty in your life, that's for sure, and a lot of spirituality. You find the beauty in spirituality. Okay, let's get another one. Spirit, please guide and direct me for the earth. Okay, so we got 3. We're on a 3 frequency. That's what I feel. We have the World card. This wants to stick out. 8 of Cups. That's a bonus. I'm going to leave that here. This is completion. Pisces energy. This is the best of both worlds. 2 worlds combining, which is a union. But something has finished. Something's completed in your life. You're reaching a phase where you feel complete. You're in a phase of also walking away from emotional situations, leaving things that do not any longer emotionally serve you. This could be a lover that you're leaving behind. It's just not working out. And you've been emotionally gone for a while, and maybe now you're physically just saying, I think this is it. For some of you earth signs, this is it. There's nothing else I can do. I've tried so much. For another energy, if you guys are not in the energy of leaving a partner, it is forgiveness. There was something you were emotionally holding on to very stubbornly. Maybe it was a grudge. Maybe it was pain and hurt. Whatever it was with you for many years. And now you're ready to let it go. Release it to the universe. Not carry it with you anymore. You're finished. And there's a lot of growing up, and there's a lot of responsibility with the Emperor. You're taking responsibility for your own thoughts, your own actions, taking responsibility for your life. You're growing up. This is reaching a level of maturity. Okay, I like that. I like your bonus card, and I like that. All right. I'm going to leave that there. Then we're going to get a Chakra Wisdom. What chakra, one of these, is highlighted for the earth signs right now? Okay. Bottom of the deck is home. Shelter, safety, nurturing, and warmth. Some of you guys may be a little homesick. Some of you guys may be searching for a new home. Some of you guys may be missing someone because home is where the heart is. Some of you guys may be thinking of the past, which represents home for you. Sometimes family just represents home. And maybe there's some emotional issues connected there. But a lot of you guys are definitely, I think quite certainly, getting into purchasing a home, quite possibly, or dealing with home matters of safety and security. Maybe looking into a security system, maybe looking into home repair, maybe looking into preparing for this new winter season. I'm not sure, but there's some preparation going on with home. Number 4, by the way, root chakra comes out, red, and that strikes me. So I had no idea that was a number 4. And you got a bonus card, which came out, which is 4. So 4, 4, and the Emperor, which popped out, which is a red root chakra energy, is 4. I just want to take a little moment and say, this is a sign. It's just it could be an additional message or the main one, depending on who you are. But there is some matters happening about father, uncle, brother, or son. There's masculine people in your life, and there is a matter that is quite possibly getting resolved. There's going to be some closure on a matter, and there's also some closure on the root chakra, and I haven't even pulled this yet, but this is making peace with the family, making peace with your history, where you came from, clearing some karma, possibly, between you and some masculine family members, and the wind is blowing. And I've been noticing a lot of red leaves. I know it's fall, but I usually notice, gold, but the reds have been sticking out to me. So let's see what else is happening. Spirit, please guide and direct me for the earth sign element. Okay. Bottom of the deck in this tarot is Page of Wands in reverse. This is putting down the fight. Not really going towards something the way you were before. This is the losing of a temper. This is patience. This is someone who did want to communicate rather quickly, maybe even harshly, temperamental even at times, or really going at something, and now pulling back, reassessing, having patience and peace, taking away the wand and replacing it with maybe a pentacle. All right, let's get some other energy, please, Spirit. Show me a little bit more for the earth element, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay. I feel like all of a sudden I got a symptom of not breathing normally. I'm sorry to say, but it's almost a feeling of feeling high. Even a little wheezy, a little raspy. Like someone's inhaling a vape or needing a humidifier. Maybe someone's having some trouble breathing. I feel a wheeziness or a cough. And I'm not experiencing the cough, but I kind of feel that. Somebody may even be suffering from something like asthma, or feeling like they're trying to catch their breath in some way. Interesting how that comes out. Bottom of the deck is believing in divine timing. Knowing that everything happens for a reason, everything happens when it should, and to let go control and allow the universe to turn that clock the way it does for the best outcome for all involved. Okay. That was just mere accident. But let's see what comes out. Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming in. A surprise invitation or meeting. Okay. And the wind chimes are happening. A surprise invitation or a surprise happening. I do think there's going to be a sudden, whoa, where did this come from? Something sudden. And it feels loving. It doesn't feel bad in any means. Okay, so let's go ahead and start in this reading. We'll start up here. Justice card is here. Libra energy. Positive reinforcement, but this is also law enforcement. Legalities. Contracts. Speaking clearly. Speaking honestly. Not hiding anything. No hair on your tongue. It's time to get clean and get clear. Make sense. Make a plan. Be honest with someone, or maybe even being honest with yourself. You may also be dealing with a Libra of some sort, working through something that's contractual, or hiring someone that may be contractual working with you in something. There's the darn Tower. I've been getting this a lot since, yesterday with water. This is definitely unexpected. Why is it in reverse? Why is the Tower in reverse? Maybe it just happened. Like it recently just happened. It's not going to happen. It recently just happened. I guess that's what makes sense to me. It was a surprise at the time. This Tower was kind of a shock. What? Whoa, how did that happen? Whoa, didn't expect that. Remember, a surprise. And I don't think it's detrimental because it's not upright. So I don't think the Tower's like I'm coming to destroy. This is just I'm coming to change plans. So there's a sudden change of plans. Next, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And there you are, Virgo. And this is planning, but it's also wealth, comfortable living, beauty, health. This is taking good care of yourself and other people notice it. It's also being thinking about self. This is a self card, not an other people card. This is your journey, Earth signs. You're going through something kind of alone. No one else is going on this journey with you. Some of this journey is a spiritual recovery. This is almost like a mission. You've been given a mission by Spirit, by Archangel Gabriel. You've been given a mission to stop something that has been hurting you or causing you pain and allowing it to live there. This is a call to action to love yourself, to do things that make you happy, to heal and forgive because it's for you, not the other person. It's so you can achieve another level of success as a soul spiritually. Okay, so that's, I guess, a very spiritual message, which kind of explains the world, right? Feeling whole. This is feeling whole, complete, one. Connecting yourself, connecting the dots, making sense, making peace. Forgiveness is definitely seen. Understanding something from the other perspective. You're trying to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Okay, that's really what it is. And this could be a reverse message if you're cross-watching. But this is kind of, I want to put myself in someone else's shoes. I want to be more compassionate. I want to be more caring. Somebody may be working in a health field or thinking about healing and recovering people as a profession. Or you may be thinking about healing and recovering yourself. A lot of this is letting go. This is this Eight of Cups, letting go. Releasing baggage that you've been carrying for a really long time. Releasing anxiety really comes through for me. I'm releasing anxiety. You used to have anxiety about someone or something, and you're working your way through that, and you're being very strong and very secure. All right, so we're getting a little bit of that message now. Let's go ahead and reveal the Epiphany cards. You're mastering a karmic lesson. Go you, Earth sign. You're like, darn straight. Yes, I am. I have been conquering that karma. The karma that I've been dragging around for a long time. I think I'm about done. Ready to start something new in life and not carry those bags anymore. Saying goodbye to the karma. Ready to take control and lead. Wow, that really sums up the Emperor. This is totally it. Ready to take control and lead. All right, taking control of your life. Not letting someone manipulate you, dictate you, tell you what to do, where to go, when to be here, and who to be. You know, you're also not letting the past dictate your future or the present moment. This is my life, says Earth sign. It's mine. And I'm the one with the scepter. I'm the one with the world in my hand. I'm the one on the throne. Me. I'm the sun here. I'm in charge. Not my past. Not this controlling, manipulative person. Not my karma. Not a state of mind. Not unforgiveness, bitter, hate, and rage, and a grudge. That doesn't rule me. That's not me. Queen of Swords was down there, so believe me, you're making clear, concise, honest cuts. Some people just don't make the cut, right? Some people don't make the cut in your life. I'm sorry, you just don't make the cut. Your baggage, to me, you're unnecessary in my life. You're not needed, and you're not really wanted in my life. Your presence just doesn't hold space in my heart or in my mind. And the fact that I've been carrying you with me is disgusting me, says the earth sign. I'm ashamed that I was carrying this grudge, or I'm ashamed that I was carrying this hate, or I'm ashamed that I was carrying this past. Because that's not who I am today. And I've got to let that person go. And a lot of you guys may be letting the old you go. There's an old state of mind and an old personality. There's a part of you that used to be super prominent, just not prominent anymore. All right, so there's an invitation of welcome to the new earth sign. Whew. The other chakra that comes up for you is sacral. The sacral chakra is right above your root, and it's about sensuality, indulgence, beauty, and enjoyment, personal fulfillment, also sexual gratification, however which way you find that. But it's about pleasure. In a nutshell, pleasure. So you're working on being happy and finding pleasure in life. Maybe romance is turning on, or you just might find pleasure letting someone go or letting baggage go. You find enjoyment and pleasure from it. It makes you feel good. And this is more of a self-gratifying move, whatever the earth signs are doing. I'm hearing a self-gratifying move. So we have the Page of Swords in reverse. This is not a lot of talking, but a lot of observing. With Justice upright, I have to say that being fair and kind is thinking about what you say before you say it. Thinking about how you're feeling and why you're feeling it. There is great strategy happening here. You were in a place of fast speech, hot tempers, quick to judge, quick to grudge, quick to anger, quick to pain even with the sword. You can inflict pain on others because you're hurt. You know that saying, hurt people hurt people. And so we have the case of someone that was a very hurt individual, possibly in their youth, Page and Page as children. So possibly in your youth you dealt with a lot of pain, and now release, taking control back, not letting your words take the better of you, not letting your thoughts take the better of you, just trying to see things fairly from all sides. Again, walking a mile in someone's shoes before you judge them. Now a story comes to my mind, and I'm just going to share it with you. It won't be super long, but I went to the doctor's yesterday with my daughter to get tested for COVID and all that. I don't think she has it, but her friend was exposed, so we're going to go get tested just in case. And I went in there, and there was a nurse, I guess, or a CNA, who wasn't on her A game. And granted, it was the end of the day. I think it was past 5 o'clock. It was an urgent care visit. But we'd been there for years. We'd been there before. And we were told to wait in the car until we were called to come in and then get a room. So we were waiting in the car for a while. And we walked in because we were called. Hey, you guys can come in and get a room. As soon as we were going to talk to the woman at the desk and see where we were going to be headed, another woman in the back with a purple, scrubs, waved at us and kind of used this motion like, come on back. And then the woman at the desk said, oh, just go on back. Like, she'll guide you. And I'm like, okay. So we're going, and we're following the lady in the purple who hasn't said hello, hi, or how are you feeling, or come on back to this room, or we're going to go to room number 3, or, whatever. We didn't have any communication. She was just quiet. And we were following her because we were motioned to follow her. I think Mercury retrograde is still in effect, and I'm going to share that with you guys in a moment, another one. So we're following her, and then we're going into a room, and then she turns around and stops, and I run into her breast. I'm right behind her, so she has bigger breasts. She's kind of a bigger woman. So as she turns around, boom, they're right there, and I'm like, boop. I'm like, oh, okay, boobs, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't say that, but I was just like, whoa, excuse me. Like, what the hell is that? You know, don't stop abruptly with people following you. And I'm talking to my daughter on the way down. We're chit-chatting, looking at each other, following her. She turns around and stops, and boom, you know. And so I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's not good to touch people in a medical office, especially with COVID going around, you know, a little too close for comfort. And, you know, we all had our masks on and everything, but it was a little weird. And I was like, oh, you know, sorry, you know, what's going on? She's like, oh, no, not this room. Oh, no, I'm going in here with someone else. I'm like, okay, so which room are we going in? And anyway, she motioned, you're in room number 4. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, go on over there to number 4. Okay. Well, it wasn't a proper being guided to our room period. I mean, it just wasn't professional. Maybe I'm a little judgy, but I was like, that's not how it was supposed to go down, you know. We were waiting. We were going to be called into a room and professionally guided to the room or whatever. It didn't happen, so me and my daughter went down and sat. And I could tell the woman kind of had a sore throat. I thought she was sick. And I was like, why would she be working, administering a test in someone's nose if you're sick? So I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I didn't want to be rude and request someone else. But that's how I was already starting to feel. Like, oh boy, I don't like this. I think we should just leave or maybe request someone else. I don't know. I just felt weird about it. And now I know I was an empath. I'm picking up on her emotions. And we'll get to why in a second, but I know, long story short, right? Hurry up, Steph. So we're sitting, she comes in a few minutes later. She doesn't have gloves on as she comes in, and she's talking to us. How are you feeling? This and that. And I told her the situation. I said, I think we're immune. We already had it 2 months ago. I would be surprised if she had it again. But, you know, and she was like, you know, clearing her throat. And I was like, excuse me, you know, I don't mean to be rude, but are you sick? And she was like, oh, no, I'm not sick, just tired. Just tired. And I'm like, okay, let's just get this over with. And she was putting on her gloves and getting the test out. And, you know, she just wasn't on her A game. I could just feel something was definitely off. But she was doing her job, and she, you know, put on her gloves, and I was just like, this is weird. I don't feel comfortable with this. I should probably say something. But she put the test in my daughter's nose, and she didn't touch my daughter. You know, she had gloves, and she just put it in there, do-do-do, and then put it in the container. You know, so I was like, okay, I'm sure we're fine. I'm sure I'm overreacting, but I was glad it was already done. And I said, I just want to make sure the test gets tested properly and we get the results when we should, and it's not lost. The last time we took a test, my daughter's test was lost, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh yeah, this will be done within 24 hours. You'll get it back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you so much, and have a really great day, and I hope you feel better. I hope they don't make you work too hard to where you're so tired, you know, and you're not so worn out. She seemed like she was really worn out. And then she shared something with me, and she said that she was actually going to be off work for 2 months after that day. And I'm like, oh, you're going to be out of work for 2 months? Oh, that sounds like a really great time off, much needed time off for you. And she's like, yeah, I've been working 12 hours, you know, every day because I know I'm going to be off for 2 months, and I needed to get the money. So, you know, I'm a little overworked, but, you know, it's what I need to do. And I'm like, oh, well, I hope you have a really great, you know, rest and everything. And she said, actually, I just found out that I had a tumor in my hip, in my bone, and they're going to do surgery to remove it. And I just hope everything goes well, and I'll be returning back to work after that, after 2 months. And She's like, but I'm just glad that I get to spend these next 2 months with my kids because they haven't seen a lot of me lately. And I just felt so guilty. I'm like, here I am being a judgmental asshole, thinking, what an unprofessional office. This needs to be done better. It could have been done better for sure. She should have done a few things better, but I was not walking in her shoes, that's for sure. And just to think how I felt like I was in authority, Justice card, Emperor, like, you know, and then to be humbled and realize I'm talking to a human, a mother who's a little older than me, probably mid-40s, struggling right now, having to work so many hours, all the while struggling with cancer. How stressful that must be for her. How absolutely stressful. And I was just like, wow, that's just, anyways, it was certainly humbling. It set me back and I just felt emotional right there. You know me, the crybaby empath that I am. But I just told her, I said, I'm so sorry. And I really hope that you have a speedy recovery and you get past this. You know, and I'm just so sorry that you have to go through that. And she's like, yeah, it's certainly shocking. Didn't expect that in my life, but I'm making the most of it. And I'm really glad for this job. And I'm really glad that I get to spend some time with my kids. And it just makes you think about being kind, being nice, being humble, and not being so judgmental. Because you get what you give, right? If I'm giving that aura off to my fellow humans, that I'm a judgy person and I'm, you know, that's not something I want to be. It doesn't feel good. And you know, Spirit has a way of humbling you to make you get out of those uppity shoes and say, count your blessings, Stephanie. Count your blessings, Earth sign. Count them, because you're not in this person's shoes, maybe facing death's door. And, you know, it's just good to do that. And I know you guys have a lot of patience and understanding, and a lot of you are very, very humble. Earth signs in general tend to be humble. So I know you guys get that, but I'm not predominantly Earth. I only have one Earth placement in tropical, so I really don't have a lot of patience. And, you know, humility is something I work on. It's not supernatural for me. You know, I am who I am. You guys are who you are. But that was certainly an Earth, down to earth. You ever hear that saying, down to earth? Well, no wonder, because Earth signs are very humble. And that was an Earth sign lesson. Down to earth, be humble. You know, and I get a lot of comments and stuff. There's a blonde lady in particular that comments rude shit to me a lot. And she's like, are you going to check your email? Are you going to do this? You need to respond. I feel like I'm being mommied by someone. Like I have an extra grandmother and mommy telling me what to do, when to do it, what to do. And I'm like, you have no idea what's going on in my life. It might do you some good to exercise some patience. And maybe that's why Spirit is making her exercise her patience with me, because she's working on that karmic lesson. Some people have to work on it. I had to work on it, obviously. I'm no different. So there's just an additional message there for someone. Work on your patience. Put yourself in other people's shoes. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how overwhelmed someone is. You don't know what someone's going through. So before you cast judgment, make sure you walk a mile in their shoes, because you might be shocked, tower, at what that individual is going through, and you might feel bad emotionally after you realize your judgment may have been incorrect. Page of Swords. That even though you feel in a position of power or you feel in a position of authority, maybe it wasn't the best call. Okay, so we're going to move on over here to this next message. So you guys have the Fool card in reverse. So this isn't a new beginning. Earth signs don't get a new beginning. You don't get a fresh start with the Tower knocking out your foundation and your past. You don't get a new beginning with the Fool. You get completion, but you're in the same position. It's really like you just mastered a lesson, but you're still in the same place. It's like you've decided, you know that that little show, guys, on HGTV network, Love It or List It? Well, it's kind of like that. You redo your house, you're ready to leave the house, move, sell, whatever, and then you realize, I love it. I want to stay. I put time and effort and energy into this home, and I don't want to list it. I like my house now. You know, I just needed to put a little love into it. That's like relationships. Sometimes you want to end those relationships, but you haven't really put your time, energy, and effort into the relationship. Let me see. Are you guys here? Because I'm not seeing any chat. Are you guys all here? I don't, for some reason, see chat. I learned the phrase window treatments there. Okay. Oh, there you are. You're here. Okay. I was worried. I had like 50 people here and no words. And I'm like, sometimes the internet was being crazy. I was going to tell you guys that Mercury retrograde is still a thing. Just because it went direct on the 18th doesn't mean all the Mercury retrograde energy just dissipated and disappeared on the 18th. It takes some time to release that retrograde energy. So there's still going to be some internet, TV connection issues, phone issues, technology for sure, miscommunications, aggravations, delays in trips, delays in ordering food, delays in going somewhere, delays in getting things done, or even abrupt, you know, can't do it. There's even getting hurt still going on. Accidents happen. Sickness is happening. Forgetfulness. There's all kinds of different things still happening with Mercury retrograde. You know, the tail end of Mercury retrograde lasts about 2 weeks. Before Mercury retrograde even starts, you start to feel it about 2 weeks prior. So I know Mercury retrograde is only defined as 6 weeks, but it can actually be felt for 10 weeks. So just don't think that you're out of the woods yet. Okay, my friends? You're probably going to see some things happening and popping up when you least expect it. Okay, you're having an extra hard time paying attention today? Yeah, that's probably Mercury retrograde. So anyways, yeah, you guys have to still deal with something. No fresh starts yet. We have to kind of visit some inner feelings, some inner stuff going on to feel complete and whole again. We're going to go ahead and clarify this energy with some more. We'll do the Moonology. Let's see what you're experiencing. What are you experiencing with this 8 of Cups? What are you experiencing? My fresh start is started already. Okay, that's awesome. So let's see what's going on with the 8 of Cups. What is this energy all about? You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Well, I guess Markers was onto something. There is something fresh. There is some kind of a new start. But it feels like it's a new start without something. And both of these are water. Look at that. Scorpio and Cancer. Both of them very clingy. The 8 of Cups says you are letting go of something that you've clung on to. And this has everything to do with your loved ones. You have some fears with some loved ones. You're releasing your loved ones. This might be somebody that already passed away with the Tower. And you're releasing someone that's already been dead and gone. But you carried their energy for a while. You didn't really let them go. This may also be the energy of a breakup that long since passed. Maybe 9 years ago, maybe less, but let's just say long time since passed. And you were still carrying it, still carrying the weight of that separation. And now we're releasing that. And for some of you guys, like I said, earth signs, you are in the midst of letting a partner go. For some of you, it's someone right now in front of you. If I had to choose who was breaking up with who, or like what signs are being broken up with, I'm not sure, but I do know it involves a Scorpio. I do know that one of the two signs of a separation or break could be Virgo or Libra. So Scorpio, Virgo, or Libra is going to be one of the people that is going through this, or one of the people that you are letting go. And I do know there's a masculine energy attached. Okay? But you're finally going to have pleasure. And it says you and your loved ones are safe. So it's okay. It's okay to move through this and work through this. Work through your fears. We're really going to talk about that with this new moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that rises from the ashes and the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whether you've been through, whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It may be a little dark. It's almost certainly not going to be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deeply transforming. This card also suggests that if you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. Ooh, and you do have the pleasure, sensuality, sacral chakra, the sexual chakra. So yeah, there is definitely a sexier time for you ahead. Earth signs, if you've been experiencing somewhat of a drought in sexual territory or just sensuality and emotional intimacy, just so you know, it's now on the menu. So being on the menu means you can choose it if you'd like. It's not forced down your throat, but it's certainly on the menu. It's available. It's coming up. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. The Attuned to the Moon energy says, have some sexy time. Ooh. Additional meanings of this card is time to let go of a grudge you're holding on to. Guys, I can't make it up. I just said that with this card, and look right there. Time to let go of a grudge you've been hanging on to. Right there in black and white. Your JKS stuff didn't say it. This card that came out said it. So, boom. Okay? It's not just me. It's not just me. It says, moving on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be that you've just been paranoid? And also, financially, this is a good time to make an investment. So make an investment in something or someone. Maybe someone says, can you help invest in my business? Invest. It's going to be good for you. Maybe someone says, you know, it's a great time to buy stocks right now. Will you invest? Yeah, invest. This card is saying it's a good time to invest. Maybe it's a good time to invest in yourself. sensual, sexual energy. See what comes of it. A little more time and attention might bring you some good results. So whatever it is, it's a good time to invest. The teaching of this card is Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, magic and shamans. Its energy is a little bit dark, occult, and even scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands it. In fact, it's through working through your dark side that you can get to the light. Without the dark, there is no light. And the new moon in Scorpio and the appearance of this card at any other time suggests that you need to do that now. And that makes sense. You know, believe it or not, somehow Spirit always finds religious people around me. It's the Saggy in me, it's the preacher in me, it's the religious background in me, but I attract it. And so I do ironically get a lot of religious people that somehow, I don't know what bestowed them to like go on YouTube and find tarot, but somehow these ultra religious people follow me and they're into the saints or you know, Catholicism, or they're into extreme Christianity or extreme, you know, whatever it is. And I'm just like, how did you find me and why? For one, the Holy Scripture shames fortune tellers, future tellers, psychics, mediums, astrologers. It says not to go to anyone that could do that. And I found that disheartening when I was studying the Bible and really in religion. I found that uncomfortable and disheartening and upset that the people that wrote the Bible, and they put in the books that they wanted to put in. Remember, it wasn't a Bible until everyone gathered different scrolls, messages from different scribes, and gathered that information as a collective and put it together in the King James Version of today's Holy Scriptures, or the Old Testament, which is the, you know, the original, the Old Testament, the Torah, have you, if you will, which the high priestess holds in her hands. Now, the high priestess is a psychic, a medium, an intuitive, an empath. She's also a master of the occult. She's a master of all secret things. And the Torah in tarot, the high priestess, did I have that here? I think I just saw it. I guess not. I was just seeing things. But it means that you have to go through the Torah, which is the key to the door on the other side, which is the occult, mysticism, secret things, okay? Hidden things behind the veil. And so that message of the high priestess does talk about you must go through this door, this portal, this knowledge, this wisdom before you can get to the other side. It is the fruit that you must partake in to learn more. So people who do not start out religiously generally have a hard time crossing over to mediumship or mysticism because there are bits and pieces of that still there. But there's also the false teachings which they put into the Bible. But anyways, that's a long story. We're not going to go into theology, everybody. I'm so sorry I went there. I don't know why we're going there. Maybe I'm dealing with some earth signs that have some religious backgrounds. I don't know. But like I was saying, I have a lot of religious people that somehow find tarot and they end up, you know, asking us, as you've seen on the comments, to repent, asking us to step away from our evil ways, that this is considered magic, witchcraft, which, by the way, I love witchcraft. Nothing's wrong with witchcraft. You know, nothing's wrong with witchcraft. Something's wrong with you, though. You know, but anyways, that's my opinion. But, and I'm just like, how did you find me? And why? What are you searching for? And what Spirit reveals to me is when people search for the truth, they search for the light. And who do they find? Well, they found my channel. They found the light. When you seek, you will find. When you knock, the door will open. That's what Jesus said. So believe me, they are on the right road. They are searching and they are seeking and they are finding the truth and they are finding the light and they are finding the right path for them. But they reject it and they don't want to see it because they have already made a judgment. This is where I'm getting with my story. They already made a judgment with justice based on a lack of knowledge. Page of Swords in reverse. Lack of knowledge. So even though they find the truth, they reject it because they've already judged that this is witchcraft, this is evil, this is unholy, this is bad. Yet at the same time, they're finding their way here because they're researching about soulmates, or they're researching about twin flames, or they're researching about telepathy, or they're researching about lost loves and healing. And they find the answers to their peace through tarot. And at the same time they're here watching tarot, they reject it. If you talk about witchcraft, it's a rejection. If you talk about mysticism, it's a rejection. If they talk about manifestation, it's a rejection and unholy. So they're very much stuck in a rock and a hard place because A, they've knocked and seeked and they've found, but they're not ready to accept the gift. And in fact, they're not ready to receive the knowledge. So where I'm going with that is, you guys are all here on this path. You're finding it, whichever way you're finding your path. Spirit says you are seekers and you are finders. Okay? So you're doing it. But sometimes on our journey, it doesn't matter how old you are, we have a tendency to reject things that we don't really know a lot about. Or we tend to reject things that don't seem normal to us, as our upbringing, our traditions, our faith, our family history, our roots. So we tend to reject things based on a specific belief or paradigm, which is why this tower here is like reverse. This is a rejection of those things. So we're meant to open our crown and expand our knowledge and grow in wisdom and go down the spiritual path of self-improvement and self-seeking, soul-searching, healing and answers and guidance. So it's important to master this karmic lesson. So whatever journey you're on, earth signs, know that we don't have all the answers. And when we are seeking them, we're seeking our truth, you will be guided. And it's going to be up to you to receive the message, to receive the truth, and to find pleasure in the peace that it brings you, to have a new beginning. So this work through your fears means you might have to let old paradigms fall. You might have to let old family beliefs fall away. You might have to let old traditions. You might have to let go something you held strongly for 20 or 30 years. You know why? Things change. Lots of things just change. For example, the Democrat Party wasn't what it was in the 60s and never will be again. And the Republican Party isn't what it was even 10 years ago. Never will be again. Church isn't what it was 100 years ago. Thank God for that. Thank you, God, for that. And never will be again. It's changing. It's transforming. And it's probably still not in the best place. But it certainly isn't what it was. And I think you've all seen that. So this is a message. If the world is changing around you, systems, traditions, religions, political beliefs, if those are changing around you, you need to change as well. Staying stuck and steadfast on a way of living is getting on the hamster wheel, and it's repetitious. And you will repeat lessons until you've been ready to graduate. Step away, move on, graduate to the next level. And that's, for the religious people that follow me, my message to you is be grateful that you've ascended. Be grateful that you found these channels. Be grateful that Spirit is revealing the magic and the mysteries of the universe to you through teachers and through videos and through other things. You are seeking and you are finding. Now, the next part of that message is to discern. There's a discernment, which is your intuition. In church, we say discernment. In the spiritual world, we say intuition. It's the same thing. So you need to manage your discernment, your intuition. You need to know what feels right for you and trustworthy for you and what doesn't, which in other terms is take what resonates. Resignation. Does it resonate with your vibration? Is it resonating with your soul? Or are you just hanging on to something out of pure grudge, out of pure past experiences, out of pure stubbornness, which my grandma would say is an old goat, which by the way is Capricorn. And my grandma would say, don't be such an old goat, because old goats never change their mind. Old goats keep banging their head against the same situation. Maybe it's a brick wall, literally. And they bang their head and they're just, this is fun. This is what I like to do. I don't know. I don't know. But don't be an old goat, okay? Don't be so stuck into your ancient ways, my friends, that you are not teachable. Because this Page of Wands, Page of Swords says, do not be unteachable. Do not be so stuck in your position based on how old you believe you are, how true you believe your situation was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Don't be an old goat. Are you ready to take a risk, take a leap of faith, and change? Earth signs, be open. People change. Things change. The earth changes. The world changes. Religion changes even. Government has obviously changed. So many things change and evolve. Can we just evolve as well? But a lot of you guys are stuck with that Saturn, Capricornian kind of view, which is commitment, responsibility, tradition, the way things should be, what people should be doing, how things need to be. That's Saturn. This is the way it is. This is the way it always was and always will be. That's Saturn, guys. Saturn is obstruction, tradition, resistance, malefic, difficulty, a wall, denial of something, or delay of something. And ironically, Saturn represents Capricorn, which represents the Devil card in the major arcana, which is all of those things. We each have Saturn in our charts. Where is your Saturn? Find it and you will find your karma, your karmic cycles, your tradition, and your old goat. So look in your chart, my fellow earth signs. Where does your old goat live? Where is your old goat? Because that's your challenge. Where's that old goat? Okay, find your old goat and learn to master that lesson, earth signs. My old goat, let's see, where is my old goat? My old goat is in the 11th house, in the sign of Libra. And it's very true that I am very steadfast and grumpy and old goat and stubborn when it comes to law. Obeying the law, honoring government systems, and also respecting traditions of different cultures. I love tradition and I see beauty in tradition of all cultures, Chinese, Australian, European, Russian. I am actually a history buff, very big history buff. I love the History Channel. I love watching 8-hour marathons about things like the czars in Russia from start to finish. I'm obsessed with that shit. I really have a fascination with it. And naturally, I was obsessed also with theology And that's where I was really into religion there and all of that. But yeah, so my old goat lives in, you know, history. And I think that history is beautiful. Travel, I think the world is beautiful. And I love diversity. So how do you say, it irritates me when I hear things that trigger me, like one love, one people, or we're all going to be a mesh of one nation, and we should never honor this nation or that nation. We should all be one. And I guess a lot of liberalism annoys me because I see beauty in culture and I see the beauty in tradition. And for each culture and their traditions, I'm like, honor their culture, honor their tradition. Who are we to mess with it? Who are we to change that? And it kind of irritates me. It's like, don't take away the culture in Russia. Don't take away the culture in Mexico. Don't take away the culture in Puerto Rico. Don't take away the culture in America. Don't take away the culture, you know, for these natives. Don't take away the culture. Leave it. Their languages are also important to me. Letting languages survive and live. So Saturn for me in the 11th is a spin-off of Gemini. And it does represent a lot of linguistical and language things, you know. So I don't know any other languages, but I honor that people, Native Americans, Europeans, Africans, Australians, everyone keeps their native tongue. And I guess that's where I'm like tradition. And even with my own people, that I'm a mutt, believe it or not, I'm just a freaking mutt. I'm a lot of things, guys. A lot of Native American, but I'm Irish, I'm Scottish, I'm Spanish, I'm, you know, a lot of shit. Native American. So I'm not just one little thing. But I'll tell you this. Whether you're Scottish or Irish, Native American, African American, whatever, listen, you're people. And we have history, we have ancestors, and we have roots. And I guess my old goat says you should know your native tongue. Keep it alive. You know, that's what saved us in World War II was the Navajo wind talkers. No one could understand Navajo. I'm very proud of that. And you know what? Navajo is getting lost. That tribal tongue is lost. It's getting lost. And very, very few know it. And the children in that culture, the children in these tribes, they're modern. They're living in the modern world, and they're losing their history. They're losing their dance. They're losing their tongue. They're losing their way of life. It's disappearing. It's leaving us. And maybe in 100 years, it will be gone. And I guess that's my old goat. I'm just like, I wish people would hang on to those traditional, ancestral things. And I'm also a big fan of law. So linguistics and logistics, linguistics and law. So I'm a big fan of, you know, law and order. I support the police. I support all these firemen. I support these people. I support these things. And I'm also big on fairness and equality because of the Libra. I'm just describing this Saturn and a Libra and 11 so you guys can understand how your old goat works. But yeah, I'm just like, there's a lot of things that are unjust, and that also infuriates me. Injustice infuriates me. Another trigger for me with my old goat is watching documentaries or shows about people that get very little jail time for the crimes they've done, for rapes of children, for murders. Vehicular homicides, crimes of passion, all these things. I guess my old goat, who's very traditional, is kind of like, put them on a rope and hang them. Hang them, chop it off, get rid of them. They're trash. I mean, that's my old goat for law. And I could be very cruel when I think of punishment. I have no leniency. I have no remorse, guilt, or how do you say, I don't know. I just don't have any sympathy for wrongdoers. And that's my old goat in Libra. So if you guys have an old goat in Libra, you probably sympathize with me a lot. You see the injustice and you're just like, why are we even putting up with this trash? And you know, so where's your old goat, guys? Is your old goat in Libra, or is it in the 7th? Might be similar. You might, let's say you have an old goat in the 7th house. I don't care what sign. Let's just say it's in the 7th house. Okay. Your old goat is stuck on tradition. You think marriages should be traditional. Like you should honor your vows. You should get married once, never divorce. You know, it should be like the kings and queens of old. Like marriage is about responsibility. It's about sharing a life with another person. They need to be pious. They need to be respectable. They need to be responsible. They need to be, you know, just traditional. So if you have a Saturn in the 7th, the way you view love is not like Romeo and Juliet, okay? You view love like, you know, a prince and a princess being put together through family. You may even believe in arranged marriages. You know, love comes later. You know what I mean? That's your old goat in the 7th house. Could you imagine? But there's people that have their old goat in the 7th house. And they generally marry older, if they get married at all. Because who's going to marry that, right? It's very difficult. So it's either arranged through religious practice, which is A. B, they get married when they're older, like 40s and up. Or C, they just don't get married at all. And they're very traditional and pious. They're just very much into religion or spirituality. You know, maybe your old goat, let's say, is, let's say the 5th house. You might have a Saturn old goat in the 5th. You might have some very old westernized ideals about personal protection. Carrying, you know what I mean? You carry. Maybe more than one. You may be an old Western lover. You know, you may value the old ways of the West, the law, the way things used to be. Being your own sheriff, you know, get off my property or I'm going to shoot you off. You know, if you have an old goat in the 5th, that's how you feel. And you might have a westernized kind of look. You might have that, you know, that mustache or, you know, just that point of view, or have an idealism. Like that could be you in another life. You know, you might have liked that. Maybe even just like the knights. With a Saturn in the 5th, someone could be very chivalrous. Saturn in the 5th is kind of good. It's a delay of children, maybe even a denial of children, but it is chivalrous, romantic, and, you know, opens doors for people. The ladies, you know, the feminines, opens those doors, pulls out the chairs. Please and thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Someone very militant, you know, someone that believes in military, you know, wherever they are, whatever culture, whatever country, they believe in military. And so there's a, you know, it just depends, but we're done. I'm sorry I went there with you guys, but find where your old goat is, guys. There may be a situation that, you know, you're mastering this karmic lesson, which is your old goat. And you're getting over that. And you're mastering where you were stubborn, where you had really difficult beliefs. And Saturn does, believe it or not, want you to overcome Saturn. But that's why it's so hard. It's so hard to overcome Saturn because he's the devil card. He's obstacles. He has illusion. He's distracting. He tempts you. He wants to keep you chained and stuck, and he wants to test you, because really that devil card is about testing. So he does want to test you to see how much more you're going to take before you break. How much more are you going to cling before you're free? That is the test. Now, I'm done with that, earth signs, and I just want to say you are absolutely mastering your karmic lesson. And I do think there's success here because you are going to find pleasure in self. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel whole. You're going to be ready to take the lead, ready to master your fears. And in other news, besides your spiritual journey, you're going to find pleasure in love and romance. So if you are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, I do feel that you are going to find romantic relations with either a Libra, a Virgo, or a Scorpio. And that is coming up. Maybe not super fast, but Cupid's arrow is getting ready to hit you. All right? So we're going to move on from that message. We'll do a romance angel and just see what's coming up for love, and then we'll do a career before I get into the extended, okay? Spirit, please guide and direct me for romance for the earth signs. God bless them. They're patient. They've been letting me talk as long as I have. Please show them what's coming up for love and romance. Love and romance. Earth. Earth, please. Love and romance. Earth. Oh, we have soulmate. Bottom of the deck, retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. We've been getting this a lot. You guys going on vacation? This is a vacation. And I hear my wind chimes outside. It's getting windy. I don't know. You guys are, there's the winds of change. Things are speeding up in a different direction. You guys are going to be romantically going in a new direction. You're going to be taking a break, getting away. There's some kind of a vacation you're in or going to. You will disconnect from the way things have been, and you're going to be doing it with a soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So know that this person that's coming up for you, Libra, Virgo, or Scorp, this person is a soulmate, earth sign. I do want to clarify, though, for those of you that are a little bit detached from this reading, maybe definitely going into the leaving of a partner, you know, this may not be your romantic message, you know, although you might see it as leaving someone karmic, retreating, disconnecting, paying attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you to bring you into a more law of attraction, calling in your soulmate very soon. So that could be happening very, very soon. You're going to have great chemistry with someone else, and it's a soulmate. So for those of you that, you know, this didn't really resonate with soulmate retreat, going off on a vacation with this person, or getting into sexual romantic bliss, this may just mean that, listen, you're well on your way to finding the one. Leaving someone behind, someone that you knew you should have left a long time ago, was leaving a karmic. So a lot of you guys had to just get up and leave a karmic relationship, mastering the karmic lesson, taking control of your life and just moving on. You saw the red flags. If it is you, earth sign, watching me and you're leaving someone, they could also be Libra, Virgo, or Scorpio, the one that you're leaving. But you realized that, A, they were a liar. They lied about their past, or they lied about their childhood, or they lied about children, but there's a lie. You also realized that they are promiscuous. And you've also realized that it was very risky for you to be with them in the first place, and that you rushed into that relationship, and you know it. So now you're making the just answer, and you're saying, look, this wasn't right. It hasn't been right. It's been very uneasy. I've been very unsettled with you for quite some time. And I knew it was time to go. I knew it was time to go a while ago. And I've been emotionally separated from you, but I've been physically there. Now it's time for me to just go physically. I need to leave this situation. So for a lot of you, that's going on. But like I said, for those of you that are not leaving a karmic, you're definitely going to have some state of bliss with a soulmate partner. And that is happening. In other news, summing up your reading here, a lot of you guys are letting go of some history, some past with a masculine energy, father, brother, son, or lover. You guys are getting rid of some kind of toxic, masculine karmic baggage. So you're moving on from there. And in additional other news, a lot of you guys are doing self-care. So let's get a message for the self-care. And then we will get into your career here. Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me right now for the earth signs about their self-care. What's important for them to know at this time? Let's do another this, because I saw make peace not war, and I know we just got that yesterday for the water signs. So one more shuffle. The sundress kept wanting to come out. Do it for you. You're doing some things for you, not for anybody else, but for you. So self-love, self-care. What do we need to know? Bottom of the deck, the escapist. Come home to yourself. Ooh, and you've gotten that 2 times. Look at that. There's no coincidence. You got home and home. Come home to yourself. And didn't I say that earlier, like a long time ago? Sometimes home is where the heart is. Home is with yourself. Come home to yourself. So this is a return to becoming whole. Dealing with your old goats. Maybe you have an old goat in your life. I don't know. The other card that came out is take a chance on them. Raindrops. Raindrops and dewdrops. Aw, take a chance on something. This is kind of a card of second chances. Interesting enough. But this is about self-love, self-care. Improve yourself and see what happens. It's almost like you gave up on yourself. You might have given up on a dream. Don't give up on your dreams. Spirit doesn't want you to do that. You gave up on something in your 30s. For those of you that are watching, there's something that came up in your 30s. Between the ages of 32 and 39. If you're older, obviously this would resonate. If you're younger, it won't. But for self-love and self-care, you gave up on something. You didn't take that risk. And Spirit says, do it now. Take a risk. Maybe it was you wanted to write books. Maybe it was you wanted to have your own business with something. Maybe it was you wanted to take a trip all alone, escape the world and go on a vacation by yourself. I don't know. Take a risk. Take a chance. Don't give up on those dreams. Let's see what it has to say. Oops, wrong book. Hello, Stephanie. If anyone has a reason to keep their guard up, it's you. People, earth signs, have been known to mistreat you. And like any rational person, you finally got tired of it. You went back inside and you locked the door. But you weren't supposed to stay out of the rain forever. No matter how terrifying the prospect may seem, you need to put yourself back out there again. Whoever it is you're thinking of, they can be trusted to walk with you through the storm. Aw. So, yeah, there's some forgiveness again coming up for the earth signs. Just because you got hurt before by this person, could be dad, okay, could be brother, could be lover, could be son, doesn't mean you have to close the door on them forever. There was a period you had to protect yourself. Now it's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to open up. It's safe for you to revisit that. And ironically, you guys got this card too earlier, and it said, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So just because something wasn't right 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, doesn't mean it can't be right now. Okay. Oh my gosh, look what was there. That was a sign. I should have left it. Yep, I should have left it. It was a sign. It's safe for you to love. It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. So for the earth sign that feels like you're nervous, it's not safe. You are. You are safe. Even down here, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. You know, this doesn't have to be with a lover, guys. It could be with your child. It could be with your dad. It could be with your mom. It could be with whomever. But it's saying it's not too late, and, you know, to revisit something like this may be good. You may have been hurt in the past, but it's okay now. Okay, so that's the message from the raindrops. But, you know, about self-love and self-care, it's never too late to do something good for yourself that you've always wanted to do. Maybe you always wanted to get that surgery. Maybe you always wanted to go to that destination. But you were too scared. It was never the right time. Now's the right time. Spirit doesn't want you to shy away. What wasn't right for you then is right for you now. Does that make sense? I don't know. It'll make sense for someone. We're going to read The Escapist, number 32. That's Pisces energy right there. Come home to yourself, earth signs. Everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows. Some of us like to listen to music and dance. Some of us like to read. And some of us like to leave it all behind and go on a vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you're not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall where they may. Yeah. So whatever has been avoided, obviously the message today is don't avoid it. Face your old goat. Master your karmic lesson. Whatever, whomever that is. And that's about personal growth, self-worth, self-love, self-care. Hi, baby. All right. We're going to do work now. Where are you headed in career and money? Enough of the ooey gooey. Where are you headed in career and money? Show me the earth. We all know you like to get down to business. We spent enough time on the emotions and the spiritual journey. That makes earthies really uncomfortable. Earthies are like, oh, squirmy. Why are you having to bring up all this spiritual shit? Can we just focus on reality? Yes, we're getting to that. Where are you going with work and money? Earth signs. Earth, earth, earth. Let's get down to earth. Little earthies. Bottom of the deck is Gentle Gardener in reverse. Interesting. And boom, what is it? Moonlight. Oh, you're being forced to get spiritual, even in regards to your work and money. Ah, those are death words to the earthies. No, no more spiritual. Listen, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Sometimes we have to manifest a little magic to make some money happen. Sometimes in order to get that reality, the green, the dinero in your hands, or the success in your career, you might need to do a little magic, manifest something, work in the moonlight hours. There's something that you should be moonlighting to, meaning let's say you have a day job and that's your job, but what is your moonlight job? I just saw a TikTok of a guy that was a UPS guy. It's probably viral on TikTok, but he's actually a rock singer. And so it shows him in his UPS outfit, the little brown outfit with the hat and his scanner, and he's walking backwards and he's like, this is my day job, but actually this is me. And then he plays this awesome rock song and you're just like, wow, he's pretty good. He's pretty good indeed. Impressive. He should be doing that full time. You know what I mean? He could be successful, you know, at least for a while, living the dream. I think that's your message, Earth sign. You might have a day job, but what is your dream? That's the moonlight. What is it that makes you tick inside? What fulfills your purpose? Is it graphic design? Is it designing spiritual items for people to use, like soaps, candles, sage kits, you know, jewelry? I don't know. What floats your boat? You know, is it gardening? We do have the gardener here. Is it being on a farm? You know, would you love to do that? You know, it doesn't have to be big, but it doesn't have to be small either. It could be as big as being a rock star, as small as being a farmer. It really just depends on what makes you feel like you're really living, because at the end of the day, earth sign, work should not feel like work. Work should feel like passion. And that is part of the karma of the earth signs. A lot of you guys are stuck in a job you hate because it provides. What? Huh? What? Okay. Okay. Anyways. God, I'll be right back, guys. Patience, patience. My gosh. And keep the volume down. Back. Okay, guys. I am back. All right. So anyways, I think you get the point. Let's go ahead and read that. Number 51. Thank you for your patience and waiting for me to come back to this, for those of you that did wait. Okay. Yeah, make a leap of faith is right. You've been resistant with the Fool card to 8 of Cups. Walk away from your old goat, whatever that means for you. So the Moonlight card says, your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, the logical, and the analytical. So follow it. Moonlight beckons you. Oh my gosh, there's a big sign. The page number is 144. You all know how I feel about the 144,000. Just putting that out there. Your hunches will be right on target. Resist your second guessing, earth sign. Trust yourself, for your alternative perception is especially sharp right now in career or work or money. You can see beyond the surface of how things look, and you're actually really able to read between the lines right now and see what is possible. This is a good time to use oracle cards or other systems of divination to gain more information about career and money, even candle magic. Remember that the language of intuition is a symbolic. That gives me chills because we saw the 144. It's symbolic. I looked up, I saw 9333. It's symbolic. I don't know. There's messages, infinity symbols, images, logos, whatever is out there. You'll know. So it comes subsequently through a hunch, a tingling, a vision, a feeling, a clear sound, a knowing, or an animal or an object crossing your path. Spirit is sending you messages to help you. Success is yours if you follow the signs. So right now about career and money, follow the signs, the synchronicities. What is popping up right now in your life, showing you the pathway to what you should be doing, what you want to be doing, or how to manifest more money. Clearly magic should be part of it. Manifest this wealth, plant those seeds. We're moving into that new moon energies. Time to start preparing to plant a seed. Okay, do a seed ritual. But that's for career and money. So things are coming in and changing for you. Let's get a card of the tarot for what to expect for career and money. I am giving you way too much without the extended. Shame on you guys. One more. Come on, Spirit. I am like giving them way too much here. I guess I just wanted to open up with the earth signs. Plus, I owe you. I did a lot of talking. My bad. Give me a tarot card for the earth. Give me a tarot card. Oh, well, there you go. Earth, you got the Hermit in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles upright for work, for career, money. What do you really want to do on the inside? Hermit is in reverse, just like the Fool card is in reverse. And the Tower. And Page of Swords. You guys are too logical. Get that logic the hell out of the way, especially with work. Bye, logic. Bye. Bye, common sense. That's not working. This is go within. Be guided, just like the signs and synchronicities with the lantern. The lantern is the star, the guidance. You're supposed to search your insides, not the exterior. And the message for you is, yes, you need to do what I'm saying. Go within, see the signs and synchronicities, the animals, the sounds, the songs, the pictures, the images, the numbers. Follow it. You're being guided. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God, you earth signs with money and career, which is your favorite thing. If you can turn this around, take a risk, take a leap of faith, defeat your old goat, master your karmic lessons, please, in all areas, but especially work. If you're able to go within yourself and find out what really ticks inside of you, what makes you drive and go and do what you want to make that money, if you can really find your excitement there again, you will be rich, wealthy, beyond your wildest dreams. It's like your karma. King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. You're meant to have all of this on top of the world. And you know that it takes time, so let's start cultivating. Start planting those seeds of wealth and money, riches and wellness. I can't talk. Wellness. I don't have a lisp. I don't know where I got that. Wellness. But I guess I meant to say health, wealth, and happiness, but somehow that came out. Anyways, you guys are meant to have some great financial gift. It's coming in for you. However, Page of Swords down here, reverse. Page of Swords actually right here in reverse for me. You still have a lot to learn about mysticism. You have a lot to learn about the moon. The moon's come up 2 times for you. There's a lot in magic, a lot in intuition, a lot in feelings to make your career the way you want it to be. And if you're not willing to put a little magic into making this career a big thing for you, or money a big thing for you, then it's probably not going to happen. Because this isn't something that's just going to be given to you, on Saturday, November 11th at 2 p.m. 2025, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn will achieve their success. Why? Because they've done all the work. They've spent AKA amount of years, they've put in time and energy, they've paid their due to society and been in service of others, and therefore they deserve this. Let's give it to them. That's not how the universe works. It ain't gonna happen like that. And if you're on that state of frequency and you think someday, somehow it's gonna happen like that, it's just gonna come to me at the right time, no. You know the fun thing about divine timing is you have to be divine. And if you're not going to be divine, it ain't happening. It doesn't say, ordinary timing. Believe in ordinary timing. No. Believe in divine timing. Divine timing means you have a part to play. You can help orchestrate things. You don't have to take control. You don't have to take over, but you can put some intentions in there. You can definitely add a flavor into that divine timing to make things happen in your favor. You do have that magical ability. So you have a lot to learn there. This reading was kind of all over the place, correct? Right? It's been kind of, you know, but there's been some substance. Defeating your old goat, leaving tradition behind or the way old things were, getting rid of a grudge, going into forgiveness, healing, finding balance in your life, loving yourself, finding pleasure and passion once again, in romance especially, but also in love and life. Also in career, besides just love, you know, in real life, finding passion again. Taking a vacation is highly on the list for the earth signs needing some time away. And that's that. I'm going to end this very long reading. We're at 100 minutes. I've got to go. I've got to finish this reading in the extended. And by God, I hope it's not this long. Water did go over. I think water signs extended was like 1 hour and 48 minutes. I don't know. It was really long. You guys watched it. For those of you that are part of the membership for JKS, you know how long it was. It was almost 2 hours extended for the waters. Good reading, though. Good reading. Lots of details. Lots of timing. As you guys know, on JKS, I do exact timing. It's based on my intuition. It has something to do with astrology, but I don't solely base my timing only on astrology, because even astrology has wiggle room. And astrologers turn to intuitives, psychics, and mediums to get more of a hunch about what's really going on, because there's a lot of what ifs, or there's a lot of it could be this time or somewhere around this vicinity. I feel intuition, mediumship, that's really going to give you more detail. So we're going to go on both. We're going to look at the timing about this 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, how this career manifestation is going to bloom and blossom, because this is coming in. There's major security and major financial growth. And I really, really, really feel for the earth signs, this is an important message. We need to know how career and money looks for you guys. I want to go into detail for each sign. So we're going to go into Taurus. We're going to go in depth. We're going to go into Virgo. We're going to go in depth. We're going to go into Capricorn, go in depth, and see how your career and money really looks, because I know that's top priority for you guys. Second, I will get some oracles and maybe a few cards on love here for each sign, and just seeing what's going on with you guys. We're going to jump into the individuals. Usually in my extendeds lately, I continue a little general. I pull more cards for the earth, and then I get into the earth signs. But since I've went a little bit over time on this live message, we're not going to just go into more general than the signs. We're going to just jump into each sign. So if you want to meet me on the other side and you do want to tune in, that'd be awesome. It should be posted within the hour, okay? If I finish within the hour. If I'm still doing it an hour and a half later, you know why. But it will be posted today, okay? The earth sign extended will be posted today. So I really want to go into career. That's big, big, big. We will touch on relationship. And we'll get some advice from Spirit for each sign also. Because Spirit knows what you're going through. So we're going to get an oracle from Spirit about family and how to deal with loved ones, and career. Spirit's going to give you 2 oracles, okay? Some advice on what you should do in those areas of your life. And I do want to pull a magic card on maybe some magic that you could do. Herbal magic. I'm thinking I'll use my herbal tarot and read from that and see if there's some herb that you could use in your healing or manifesting, or just a message about that, okay? And I will probably even do a spellcaster's tarot. So I might go ahead and get the spellcasters and see what spell might come out to work with the situation that you're dealing with. Okay, so there's going to be some fun. We're going to have some fun on the other side. My membership significantly got lowered. It used to be $99 a month. Now I've significantly brought it down to $33.33. Certainly that can fit almost any budget. It is a donation of love. It is a monthly membership. It's not a one-time fee. It's a monthly membership. Welcome to the JKS family, right? It is support that you give me and support I give you. It's an equal exchange. Over there, we get to see all the extendeds I've ever done. So I've got 2 years of extended videos that you guys get to sift through and see what titles resonate for you and watch a lot of that bonus material. You're also going to have access to all my future extendeds, bonus readings. I do plan on doing a bonus Halloween reading coming up, and probably I will do a ritual, some kind of a candle ritual, and you guys get to watch. Only the members. It's something a little touchy. I don't really want out there public like that. So for the members that want to learn more about magic and maybe do some magic for yourself, by Halloween, you might want to be a member, okay? Because I'm going to have a private video for that, for the members. I'll probably do a wealth, okay? Some kind of an abundance spell, okay? And we'll work on that. Candle, of course. I always work with candle magic. So that will be on there. We'll talk more about the energy of magic on that bonus video. How to perform magic, what are the ingredients needed, you know, how it works. It's basically the law of attraction, you know, getting into it. So anyways, be a member, $33.33 a month. Go over to www.jks1111.com. Click over there, scroll down at the top menu on the left to memberships, okay? Go ahead and do that, and you'll be able to log in within the day. All right. Last announcement, you've got about 48 hours to get the trick or treat special. The trick or treat special is 3-in-1. It's the 100 Club membership, which is 10 questions over any period of time. And it is also an urgent message, private reading for you, 45 minutes. And it also includes a candle reading, a petition, a candle petition, and a candle reading for you with others as a group. But you'll have a number on the candle, and I will put your petition out. So that's why I only have 48 hours left. So if you guys want to join the trick or treat special and you would like to have the 3-in-1, it's literally for the price of one. It's the price of what I normally charge for an urgent reading. But you get the 100 Club special and the candle reading for free in that price. So boom, if you want a 3-for-1, you want to save some heavy cash, and you want to, you know, put yourself out there and get some readings for the future for you, those 10 questions really come in handy. Now is the time to jump on the trick or treat special. So go do it. It's going to save you money in the long run. That's for sure. I'll have a Christmas special, but I don't know what that one will be. And it will not be a candle reading. It will not be candle magic. I'm going to not do that around that season. Not the Yule season, okay? So anyways, that will not be available. I don't know what I will have in the Christmas special, but it won't be what it is right now. So check that out. And if you want to see anything else that I have to offer, please go to jks1111.com. Also, for anyone that's been watching throughout this whole time, if you're a client and you've recently submitted a refund because the timing has been a little bit longer to get your reading, I'm a little upset about that. You read the fine print. There is no refunds, and you're supposed to wait. Some of you guys did not do the instructions. You did not go on Skype like you were asked. And what happens when that happens is it gets prolonged. You get a video recording delivered at a later date. You've agreed on that. You signed your name. You agree to the terms and conditions. And now we have to wait 90 days for that to be resolved. I've usually always had them resolved in my favor because you signed a terms and conditions. So we'll see if you're, you know, what happens in the outcome. But I will tell you this. If you are still watching, if you are someone that's ever done that to someone or me, you will be banned from the channel, and you will never be allowed to order anything from me again. So I'm having a banned list for people that read the fine print, understand it, yet still go above and beyond because of impatience and a lack of understanding. Maybe you read things too quickly. Maybe you don't care about reading and you just click, sign. I don't know. But for people that have done that, I'm tired of it. It's stressful. You're already, you know, it's a pain. And those people are going to have their deliveries. So they will not get their money back. They will have their deliveries, but you will be banned after that. So I hope it was worth it. And I just want to give that message to people that have done that. That if I see your name, your credit card, your email, there will be a ban, and you'll never be able to follow me here on YouTube. And as far as my website goes, you won't be able to ever order anything again. So this will be your last and final reading. So I'm just upset about that. If you want to send me a letter of apology, if you want to write me an email and say, I'm sorry, I understand the contract, I just want my goods, or I just want my whatever, I understand. But to go behind my back and do that and lie and sneak and go to another bank or company and request refunds, even though you signed a contract, is bullshit. And I don't like it. And justice will prevail. Things happen, shit happens. Yeah, I'm late a lot, but it's worth it. I bet you're late a lot too, but I bet you have grace. People give you grace. You just don't want to extend it to others. So I think that's very rude. And I also don't like being mommied or hassled. So if anyone out there is bombarding me through Skype, hassling me to do things, I make you wait longer because it's just rude. Remember you signed a contract, and remember to treat people with respect. If I ever feel like someone is being rude in messaging and they want a live with me, I will deny the live. I don't need to put myself through that stress, and I will just do a recording for the time allotted and send it to you. I refuse to do a live with someone that is haughty with me. So that's going to be a new boundary for myself. I am very caring, giving, loving, and nurturing. When I do readings, I go above and beyond. I spend multiple hours a day in giving of myself. And when I do readings, sometimes it's a 5-minute reading, I'll go 30 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour reading and I spend 3 hours with someone. I'm not your typical psychic that says, oh, time's up. If you want to stay longer, pay more. I'm not like that. The universe understands that I am giving of my time. And yeah, maybe that puts me out. Maybe that makes other people wait, but such is life. I give what needs to be given. And I serve who the universe puts on my path. And if someone is going through a trauma, a death, a rebirth of self, or needing guidance or advice, then I'm there for them. And Spirit will put them in front of me at that time, divine timing, the way it needs to be. Some people are prolonged for whatever reason by the universe. It just happens. Sometimes the universe is waiting for a full moon to happen, for a release to happen before they get their readings. Sometimes the universe is waiting for some event. And it's all in divine timing. Spirit knows best. So I'm not doubting that. I believe in divine timing, and I believe if there's a delay, it's for a reason. Sometimes I do readings early. I have someone that has a reading due on the 31st. Guess what? I'm probably going to do it tonight. So believe me, I'm a giving person, and I don't deserve, nor will I tolerate mistreatment of my gift. Not everybody has this gift. Not everybody can do it like I do it. And if you're not willing to wait for the universe and do spiritual work, then, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You're not finding answers in the right place. But I do believe everything happens for a reason. So I just want to put that message out there because I'm dealing with a couple people right now that have done that to me, and I'm just done. I'm like, wow, so you're up there asking for this. You couldn't put a message in the comments. You know, these people, they go and they do that with their bank or whatever, and then they can't even message me on a live, or they don't even want to message me on a comment under a video and just say, hey, Steph, reaching out to you. You know, we missed the appointment. I understand that I didn't Skype you or whatever, but can you just, you know, reach out to me? Here's my email. I'd appreciate that a lot more than that. And that's why people will be blocked. Because, you know, this card. I guess I'm kind of, you know, my old goat's getting to me. It's Libra, slash the sword down. That's not how it works. You sign an agreement, you sign a contract, you honor it. You know, that's just how I feel. And I feel like I need to put some healthy boundaries in my life. I have to define some healthy boundaries of being mistreated as a spiritual worker. Because, you know, we get mistreated a lot. And I just can't do it all the time. I can't. I love you guys for watching me. Stay happy, stay focused. Put yourself in positive vibes. Don't go where I just went, but maybe I just had to vent a little bit and let people know, hey, watch it. That's what I'm going through. But remember, this is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. I love you guys so much, and my heart is always with you, and I know everything is working out the way it should be in divine timing. If anybody wants to donate anything to my channel, you guys can go to Cash App, give me a shout out, say, keep your head up, girl. Love you, girl. Thank you for all you do. Sending you love and light, whatever. Even if it's $1, I don't care. Just hearing from you makes my day. If you want to send any love donations, that's there. It's not expected, but it's appreciated. That's Cash App. If you guys want to just give me a shout out and say thank you, whatever, in the comments under the video, hey, I love it. Thank you so much. That's a donation of your time. Thank you so much for that comment. Please hit the like video on your way out. And, you know, I guess that's it, guys. I love you a lot. Be well, and I'll see you next time. Real quick, though, we are going to have a fun rest of the week. I know I've missed my Halloween decor on the desk. I know we haven't had a lot of Halloween readings, but we're about to get into the fun of it, because I am going to start decorating. I am going to start pulling out my Halloween cards. I'm going to be doing some trick-or-treat special stuff that are fun up here for, like, pick a cards. We're going to have a good time. So expect the rest of the week to be really Halloween-y. Okay? So I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Lots of love.